This is such a simple thing you can do for your online meetings, workshops, and sessions, which will drastically increase the success rate. It will drastically increase your output actually flying and going somewhere. And it's how you capture your ideas. When I say ideas, I mean things like jobs to be done, maybe it's action planning at the end, maybe some feedback, or maybe they're actual features for some kind of new app that you're running. Hey there, boys and girls. My name is Yuri from The Magic Source. On this channel, we talk about facilitation for innovation. I just came off a mentor call with one of my clients. There's a team in Japan. What we take is a half-baked idea at the beginning of a trajectory, and then over 12 weeks, we're going to take that idea, we're going to look at customer, we're going to look at the market, we're going to prototype and kind of do lean experimentation along the way to build this solution into something which will actually work in the business. And one of the things I notice is how people capture their thoughts, their ideas, and the features and the feedback along the way. And if that's not done well, then you might end up wasting a lot of time. You will not get to output. And what I see so many times in these meetings that people come up with a whole list of actions or jobs to be done that are captured in a way that are not clear. And if they're not clear, people cannot take action on it, and people will not even vote for them, because if people are unsure about something, they usually say no. One of the reasons that happens, because particularly when it comes to divergent thinking, whether you're coming up with like next steps, so here, next steps and actions, maybe it's ideas, maybe it's feedback for people. Very often we are so quick to come up with many things. We believe that quantity beats quality. So let's come up with quickly with many different ideas. And even though there's merit to that, there's a time where you need to quickly generate things. If you don't add enough meat to the bone, if people are not really clear about what that is, it will just go to waste along the way. Also, to think through things is harder. It requires more brain power. And particularly online, where we're already lacking a lot of information, you're not in the same space, you don't see people's body language, it's harder to communicate with people, and you have to rely on maybe another screen for a whiteboard, and people come up with a whole bunch of ideas where they sometimes lack the rigor which they need for you to take them forward. Let me give you an example. Imagine that you need to take action, next steps at the end of a meeting, and the meeting is all about how you take your news service out to the world. And one of the ideas which somebody wrote down, one of the actions that somebody wrote down is, let's just double down on social media. The problem with that one is I don't actually know what that means. So rather than accepting this as an answer, which is easy when you're in the room because you can push back and say, I actually don't know what that means. Can you tell me a bit more? Before they go into breakout rooms, tell people to give more context, to give more meat to the bone, to flesh out that idea a bit before they share it back. So if I were to take this into something that's a bit more actionable, I could go for something like, imagine that we created 52 mini videos with our best tips on topic X, whatever the topic is, and then post these on Instagram. That is an actionable idea. The reason I say actionable is because to me, a well-captured idea is something you can go and do. You can show somebody, they get it, and they know what to do. Doubling down on social media is too vague. It could also be something like, ask our customers how they prefer to consume their content. Find out where they are. Maybe through a survey monkey, you find out where they get most of their content from. Right? That's another idea which you can go and do. And then finally, let's take 5% of our marketing budget to run a couple of Facebook ads over the next couple of weeks and test engagement of this video or of this product or whatever it is. So now we've taken something that says, let's double down on social media into something that is a lot more actionable and a lot more doable. I bet you that if you come up with maybe fewer, but better fleshed out, better thought through ideas, they're much more likely to actually go somewhere. Because like I said before, if people don't understand it, like, I don't know what to do, doubling down on social media, what does that mean? And if people don't get it, they usually say no. And that's why you as a facilitator need to make sure that people are capturing their output well. So before you send them into a breakout room, give them a couple of examples of what you consider a well-captured idea and what is not a well-captured idea. By the time people write down these ideas, because often they have the idea in their head, they know how to capture it in a way that makes sense to other people. And therefore, you'll actually come up with some kind of output and you're not going to be wasting people's time. So thank you for watching. That's all I had to say. Here are a couple of videos for you to watch after this, and I'll catch you here next time.